Hello parents and guardians, my name is Mr. Wong and welcome to my Period 5 Google Classroom for History. This particular period I actually have multiple class sections running simultaneously, namely Basic Modern Civilizations A, Basic U.S. History A, and Basic American Government. What you're looking at here is the opening screen to my Google Classroom for History. This particular view shows everything that I've already posted under my Stream tab, like announcements to the students and past assignments. To get to the daily assignments, as well as the online meeting links for the day, students should log into their student Gmail accounts before the class period starts to access their Google Classrooms. Once they've done that and gotten to this screen, or something similar to it because the student view may be a little different than the teacher view, students need to click on the Classwork tab here, like this, and that's going to take them to the class section screen. As you can see, there is a class section for Basic Mod Civ A, and here are their daily assignments. A section for Basic U.S. History A, and here are their daily assignments. And a section for Basic American Government, and here are their daily assignments. Students need to go to their respective sections and click on the assignment that they're looking for, usually by the date. Then, to view the assignment and the online meeting link, they just need to click on it, like so. So if we were in Basic Mod Civ A and we wanted to look at the assignment as well as the online meeting link for, say, August 25th, let's go down to August 25th, click on it, and the assignment window expands like so. So here's the assignment for this particular group, but underneath that is the online meeting link for this class session right there. So to get to the online meeting, a student needs to first log into their Google Classroom, or first need to log on to their student Gmail account and then their Google Classroom, and they need to click on this Zoom meeting link because I'm using the Zoom platform, and it'll take them to the meeting that I will be hosting at that time. I also send out an email reminder to students about joining the Google Classroom as well as the online meeting link like 5 to 7 minutes before class starts. Underneath that are instructions on how to download any attachments that I may have attached to the assignment, and underneath that are attachments that I've attached to the assignment. So if we look at the assignment for Mod Civ, we can see that it's a summary and a chapter review assignment. Here are the textbook pages for it. To open the textbook pages, students just need to click on them, like so. And the textbook pages open in a view-only document. I typically suggest to the students that they open this up in its own window by going to the upper right-hand corner, clicking on the 3 dots, and then clicking on Open in a New Window. And then we wait for it to load. And from here, you get a slightly larger view, but also from here, students can download this onto their computer if they wanted to. They could print it as well if they want a hard copy, but they could print it from the previous screen. Or they could also open up this page using other applications, but this is also available to them in the previous screen. But the beauty of opening up an attachment in a different window is they can go back to the assignment. Here's the Google Classroom, clicking on this arrow, and view the assignment and remind themselves of what needs to be done. Okay, so that's what Mod Civ looks like. If I were a U.S. History student, I would come down here to U.S. History, click on the assignment that I needed to click on. Once again, it's expanded. Here's the assignment, here's the meeting link, directions on how to open up attachments, and then here are the various attachments for this particular assignment. Now students can also open up this assignment window much larger by clicking on this View Assignment link. But I can't do that because if I do that, it'll show you the names of the students that I have in the class. So for confidentiality reasons, I can't do that. But I think I can do that for another classroom. And I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. One thing that I would like to open up, since we're here on this particular assignment, is this Cornell Notes template. So I've uploaded textbook pages that students will need to do the assignment and answer the questions. But this is a Word document that I created to help students with some vocabulary analysis. And it's a document where if they open it with the Google Docs application, they'll have the ability to actually edit and write into it. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to click on it. Again, it opens up into a view-only window. I'm going to click on, I could click right here on Open With and then go to Google Docs, but I do prefer opening this up in its own window first before I do that. Sometimes the program seems to just work a little bit more smoothly if you go that way. And then I'm going to go to Open With, and I'm going to go to Open with Google Docs. And if everything works out right, this is going to open up as a writable or editable document, and it did. So here you go. So we're doing vocabulary analysis. I already did the first term for them as a model. And then here's one where students can fill in the blank. And as you can see, if we clicked on it and started typing randomly, I've entered some random language. But this is also something that allows the students to actually type into it to save them some effort, make the assignment a little bit more accessible, and then they could send it back to me electronically. So that's an option that's available to them. Let's go back to the assignment. Let's take a look at American government. American government is very similar to Mod Civ and U.S. history. Pick an assignment. And these assignments right here that are in gray are assignments that are yet to be posted. As you can see, they're for future dates. But these assignments right here have already been posted, and they go all the way back to the beginning of the semester. So if a student missed a past assignment, they could always access it from the Google Classroom because it will always be there. But again, click on the assignment. There's the assignment. There's the meeting link, instructions on how to handle the attachments, and then here are the textbook pages, and then here is another Cornell Notes template. Let's go to a different Google Classroom and show you what happens when they click on this View Assignment link right there. I'm going to go to my biology Google Classroom because this particular classroom isn't populated by students yet. So this is for Biology A. Here's my stream. I'm going to go to Classwork, click on it, randomly select an assignment, open it up, and rather than deal with all this, I'm just going to go down to View Assignment. The window that it takes me to would be a roster of students over here, and then over here it would indicate which students have turned in their assignments electronically, and then over here which students still need to turn in an assignment. But if we go to instructions, here's the whole assignment in a much larger window, the meeting link, the instructions on how to handle attachments, as well as the attachments themselves. So that's what it looks like when students click on View Assignment. Students also have the ability to contact me by typing in class comments here and sending them to me. The default setting on this is public, so whatever they type in here and send to me, the entire class will get, but they also have the option to send me a private message as well. So that's what it looks like when you open up View Assignment. Let's go back to history. Okay, so that's American government. I went over that, and that. Let me show you how students can access the Google Classrooms if they, for whatever reason, forget how to access their Google Classroom or get into it. Maybe they're out of town or using someone else's computer and it's not set up properly. Well, they could always access the assignment by clicking on the school website right here, going to staff, and then underneath that going to full staff directory, clicking on that. And here's the full staff directory, but of course I'm going to be at the very bottom because my last name starts with W. So I'm going to cheat by typing in my name, and here we go. Clicking on my name will take you to another window that will grant you access or grant students access to my Google Classroom, and I'll show you what I mean shortly. Clicking on this is a way for students, parents, and guardians to email me in case they can't remember or don't know what my email address is. So let's click on my name, and it takes us to this window. This is my teacher website page. Here's a description of the Google Classrooms again, but more importantly, here are the links to all of my Google Classrooms. Now, provided that a student logs into their student Gmail account first, if they click on these links, it'll take them directly to my Google Classroom. If they haven't logged into their student Gmail accounts and they click on these links, it's going to direct them to log into their student Gmail accounts first. So that needs to be done first. Let's go back to the Google Classroom. and discuss some matters of. Okay, some general matters of business. All students are required to log in by the start of the period, if not a little sooner. Once students join the online meeting, they will be directed to a communal virtual waiting room where I take roll, make general announcements, and go over each section's assignment for the day. Once I've done those things, students will be assigned to virtual breakout rooms based on the section they are enrolled in. So for instance, the Mod Civ students will go to their own breakout room. The U.S. History students will go to their own breakout room. And the American Government students will go to their own breakout room. Students that log into their meetings late will be directed to a virtual waiting room, and I will be notified that students have logged in late and need to be assigned to breakout rooms. So they just need to sit tight until I get to them, which shouldn't take long at all because it sends me an automatic alert that students have logged in and need to be assigned. To ensure that students receive support while in a breakout room, each breakout room is supervised either by an adult instructional assistant or myself. As the classroom teacher, I do periodically migrate from breakout room to check in on each group, make sure everything is going well, and to answer any questions that maybe students need me to answer directly. Students do have the ability to contact me directly if I happen to be in a breakout room that's different from where they're at. There is a button on, I believe, in the bottom of their screen. I think it says ask for help, and if they click on it, an alert is sent to me no matter where I am in the meeting, in the virtual meeting, to let me know that a student in such and such breakout room needs my assistance. Each of these courses is worth 5 credits and satisfies either the World History graduation requirement, the U.S. History graduation requirement, or the American Government graduation requirement, depending on the need of the student. And again, a link to this Google Classroom can be found under my name at the West Ranch High School staff directory. As part of the basic course curriculum, time is built into each class period to provide students with additional support, remediation, or both. Supports include, but are not limited to, coordination and collaboration with related service providers like the designated instructional service counselors, education or related intensive counseling service therapists, language and speech pathologists, occupational therapists, and other related service providers. Students are expected to log into the Google Classroom as scheduled and by the start of the period, if not a little sooner. Once logged into the Google Classroom, students may access the online meeting link posted in the daily assignment. Currently, I'm using the Zoom platform. Attendance will be taken daily, and students that are tardy or absent will be marked accordingly. Students are expected to engage in, complete, and submit their assignments electronically while on distance learning. And I do make it a habit of notifying students within one school day when I receive their assignments. So if they don't hear from me, I probably did not get their assignment. And there will be opportunities for both synchronous and asynchronous learning activities. I will accept late assignments, and students will be expected to make up assignments that they missed, but all late assignments must be turned in at least 1 week prior to the grade reporting deadlines in order to count for those grading periods. Assignments will be rated on a 100-point scale, which means that whatever a student's accuracy percentage is on an assignment, that will be their score. So if a student gets 100% on an assignment, that means they earned 100 out of 100 points. If a student gets a 78% on an assignment, that means that they earned 78 out of 100 points. At a minimum, grades will be updated weekly in Infinite Campus, but it's much more likely that I'll be updating them daily. Excuse me. Students will be expected to conduct themselves appropriately while on distance learning and to follow all school rules, just like they would be if they were attending on campus. And I will also be collaborating with the students' other teachers as well as family members by email. Now I know I went through a lot of material in a short amount of time, so if you happen to have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me at my Heart District email, which is as follows: pwong@heartdistrict.org, or pwong at hartdistrict.org. That takes us to the end of our video. And, well, I was going to say if you have any other questions, but you're not actually there. So thank you and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.